Today we are going to be going over a 1v1 BVR scenario. The tactics you'll see in this video I would not recommend in multiple engagement situations such as like 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. In those situations you really shouldn't play this aggressive because you'll have multiple missiles coming from multiple planes. They'll be coming at you from all sorts of different directions. It's best in those situations to let your wingmen engage so you can reset and engage. But in 1v1 you can be a little bit more aggressive in what you do. So here's a video, or a tac view, I'm sorry, of Master Chief and myself. So Master Chief is at 33,000 feet at 0.93 Mach. I'm at Mach 1 almost at 30, so let's call it 34,000. Closing on 40 miles. Let's fast forward to the shots here. Alright, so here you can see both of us fire at the same time. Master Chief lofts his missile, which is a great tactic to get that missile, get some extra height. You'll see it probably reaches a good 10-12,000 feet higher than my missile. Here you'll see that we both break and offset a little bit as we launch those to get ready to start defending against incoming missiles. Here you'll see that I turned in a little quicker. I probably could have drawn that out a little further, but the idea is to bring his incoming AIM-120 and have it follow me this way and lead and anticipate where I'm going to be, and as I start cranking the other way, now the missile has to turn and find the intercept point in this direction. It's a good way to bleed the speed from the missiles. But you'll also see as I bring my nose around, I fire a second one at him, and this is meant to keep him as defensive as possible. So here we'll push play. So my second missile's off the rails at 31,000 feet, 30,000 feet. Master Chief is defending. He's down to 23 as this missile's coming in. Here I'm defending against his first missile, starting to offset. So again, I'm cranking over. Master Chief is starting to crank as well. It looks like starting to reverse my turn to go the other way, because this missile now, again, like I said before, is flying at an intercept path to hit a point out here somewhere where I should be. But as I turn, come back this way, this missile is going to have to slow down again to turn to try to reacquire. Same with my missiles out on him as he starts to pull in reverse his turn. He'll be coming this way, and these missiles will have to slow down massively to reach him. So I start pulling. You can see this missile see how it has to turn like that. It starts wobbling. It loses sight as I notch the missile. So that missile's garbage. Here comes my missiles on Master Chief. He reverses the turn. So watch this missile here. It loses sight. Same with this one. He just outruns that. Master Chief gets off another AIM-120 as he brings his nose around. And he's going to keep that turn going to start getting ready to defend against any incoming missiles that are on him, which is this one at this point. So this is a pretty good missile. It's at 15 miles. So again, here's my turn, back, reverse in the direction again. See how this missile's coming, trying to find me over here. I'm going to fire as I get Mr. Chief across my nose, and now I'm going to reverse the turn and watch this missile. It pretty much stops in midair. This missile is inbound on Master Chief. This one, that's a dead missile right there, incoming on me. Master Chief does a good job of notching this missile here. You'll see that missile's garbage. But Master Chief here is at a disadvantage because he's still relatively defensive, whereas I'm bringing my nose around and getting nose authority on him, which means I'm going to get a missile off sooner. So I'm turning in, now he starts turning. We're closing distance at 8 miles. Speed is important too. He's at 0.9. I'm at just over Mach 1. And that missile's off the rail. He gets one off on me. So let's see what happens here. Master Chief goes for the notch in defense. Master Chief just was not able to get the right angle. So for me here, this missile's coming in. It's pulling lead. I'm still getting yelled at by my RWR. This has still got a good lock on me. But you can see right there that shake. It loses sight and tries to reacquire. Right there. And it keeps losing me, finding me, losing me, finding me. That's just because of the notch. I was in the notch of the radar right there. And so that missile's been defeated. Let's take a look at this from a top point of view. I want you to look at Master Chief's altitude. I want you to look at my altitude as we start slinging missiles at each other. You'll notice that as we get closer and closer and closer, our altitudes are going to go, we're going to get lower and lower and lower. But notice that it's not a sharp decrease in altitude. It's rather a gradual decrease as we get into the merge, or as we get closer to the merge. Also worth noting is when we fire these missiles and we offset and we serpentine back and forth, the goal is to hold the lock as best you can or as long as you can. It's going to be at the edge of the radar, but you want to hold those locks until those missiles go pitbull if you can. So let's just take a look at what happens here. We'll put it in a little bit fast forward here so it's a little bit quicker, but you'll get the gist of it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this video was helpful in understanding 1v1 BVR tactics.